All right, we will continue this transmission by suggesting that all of you become very comfortable. Relax. Relax your bodies. Relax your hearts. Relax your minds. Relax your spirits. Just let everything melt away. And as your music comes up and your lights go down, focus on the center of the holotope and let yourself drift into a new dream. But this dream will be a dream of synchronicity, of transformation. Cybo. Imagine now, if you will, in looking at this holotope pattern, as you allow yourself to become more and more relaxed, breathing deeply, gently, easily, and effortlessly. In and out, in and out, in and out. And as you gaze upon the center of this radiating pattern, light and sound, allow yourself to begin to slowly in your imagination, allow the pattern to begin to spin. A random spinning, pattern moving, slowly at first around in a circle, around the central point. Just let it spin slowly. Imagine it spinning, creating a random wheel of probabilities, random in its connection to physical reality. No one knows where or when or how it will stop. It is simply spinning in front of you, gently, slowly. Now and then, in your imagination, when you feel so inclined, allow yourself to just freeze it for a moment as if you took a snapshot and let it continue to spin. And notice that every time you freeze it for an instant, just an instant, in that snapshot, a particular pattern stands out. It may be a different pattern each time you do it, that's all right. Or it may be the same, that's fine. But just let it spin. Take a snapshot, notice the pattern, let it spin. Freeze it, take a snapshot, let it spin. Keep doing this whenever you feel that you wish to do it. However your imagination decides to do it is fine. If you want to pretend you actually have a camera, that's fine. If it's just something that you superimpose within your imagination, that's fine. Whatever works for you. And as you breathe easily and relax and focus on the spinning holotope, the spinning pattern of probabilities and synchronicities, randomness converted into patterns, patterns converting back to randomness, back and forth, spinning, clicking, spinning, clicking, spinning, clicking. Let the wheel begin ever so slowly to speed up, turning faster and faster at whatever rate you're comfortable, at whatever rate seems appropriate for you. And as you click and spin and click and spin and click, start noticing the different patterns. Notice if they overlap. Notice if they are the same. Notice if they are different, but notice if they are related. And as it keeps spinning and freezing and spinning and freezing and spinning and freezing, faster and faster and faster and faster, allow yourself to imagine that the same pattern comes up again and again and again and again. If sometimes it differs, that's fine. Pick the pattern you prefer. And when you pick a pattern you prefer, use your imagination to see that when you freeze and snap the shot, pattern is the same again and again. No matter how fast the wheel is spinning, same pattern every time you stop, again and again and again. And as you begin to repeat this pattern, you still notice the underlying randomness of all the shapes spinning past. But every time you snap that shot, you become more and more and more aligned and more harmonized with that particular pattern. It may change subtly here and then, that's all right, let it, but you still recognize it as the pattern that matches your frequency. Again and again and again. And as the wheel is now spinning so fast, faster and faster, that all the different shapes are almost imperceptible, and yet every time you freeze it, there's that pattern again and again and again and again. And you are building the synchronicity, building the harmony, the synchronization with this randomness, so that you can always pick out the pattern that is for you, that you need at that moment, the energy, the frequency, the crystallization of that randomness in physical reality, revealing to you over and over and over again the patterns that are contained within the randomness, the patterns that represent the frequencies of your synchronicities, the things that are most meaningful and true for you, that can always be plucked out of the random background that spins. And you can align with this more and more and more in such a way, each and every time you do this, that you will begin to see this recognizable pattern showing up in so many different ways now as it leaks out into your life. And as you walk through life day by day, seeing around you what may appear to be random movement, random people, random events, and yet, click, there it is again, click, there it is again, click, there it is again. And it will begin to reveal itself to you over and over, whether through numbers, through events, through people, through words, through songs, through birds. Whatever it takes to reveal that pattern to you, to let you know you are aligned with your synchronicity and that it is expanding and growing and accelerating. Whatever it takes, let it come in all the forms and all the guises that it can. For it's the same pattern presenting itself in different ways, with different faces at different times, but always the perfect time. Always in perfect harmony with your frequency, your vibration, your synchronicity. Over and over and over again. No matter how chaotic the world may seem, no matter how random, there are always these underlying synchronous patterns that are there for you, and each of you has your own, and it is unique, and they all overlap, and they all exist. And by your frequency, can you pull out of the random background these patterns for yourself, and know that you are on your track, your path, the path you are, that you're aligned with it now, consciously aligned with it, never off it, just consciously aligned with it, able to recognize it, make it more apparent every moment. Synchronicity will abound, will grow. And as you play the game of Cybo, the transformational game of synchronicity that has served us so well, and that can serve you too, as a permission slip, as a doorway, as a portal, as an opening to the synchronicity within your mind, within your heart, within your soul, so that you may experience all that is in more synchronous, connected ways, and truly begin to see more clearly that all is one and all is connected, and all is here and all is now. Let it come to you in whatever ways represent the paths of least resistance, and go with the flow. Go with the flow. Go with your flow, for you are the current. You are the stream and the current within it. And you are that which is carried down the stream. Allow yourself to go where the current will flow. No resistance. Relaxed, supported, unconditionally warmed by the sun or cooled by the moon, under the stars or under the blue sky of your world. As the clouds pass by and the patterns emerge, know that they are all reflections and projections of your consciousness, there to aid and assist you as signposts along the path that you are, to let you know with absolute certainty that being yourself as fully as you can is the truest, easiest, most effortless, most joyful way to experience your lives as they unfold in perfect harmony and perfect timing. Amid what may appear to be the spinning random chaos of life, you will always find the patterns that represent your path, who and what you truly are. Let them come. Let them come. Let them come. At every moment where you find it necessary, acknowledge what you have instead of what you don't. Appreciate who you are, where you are, when you are, what you have in that moment. And above all, allow. Allow what needs to happen next to happen. And expand your synchronicity, your harmony. And allow yourself to see with more transparency the vibrational frequency of your core as it attracts and manifests exactly what you need, exactly when you need it, exactly how you need it, exactly when you need it, exactly with whom you need it. On all levels, be clear about your definitions of your excitement. Do not infuse it with things that do not belong in that definition, for those are other realities altogether. Each is a pure vibrational color in a vast spectrum, and each is its own experience unto itself. Act on your excitement for its own sake, for that is the truest form, truest expression of your core frequency. All else that is required shall fall into place. As the wheel spins, as you take your snapshots, the patterns will appear. The path will be clear. Live within the vibrational stream of your synchronicity. Cybo 13, transformation, synchronicity. The revelation of your true core frequency as expressed in your reality. Have fun. Allow it to be a game. Allow it to be a dream in which you can awake and understand more clearly everything that is relevant for you in your life, and let go of those things that are not. For all that is relevant shall come to pass, and that which does not come to pass is not relevant for you. Trust that. Acknowledge that. Appreciate that, and allow that. Live in the now, the beautiful now, the perfect now, the only now, that shall become another now, and another, and another, and another. Allow yourselves now to slow the spinning wheel down, even as you still see the patterns, so that even when the wheel slows to what appears to be a stop, it will always also be spinning. And it is just one frame of reference, one way of looking at it, one perspective, one point of view. But they are all overlapping, they are all here and now. And you can pluck out of that combined vibration that which is yours by the allowance of synchronicity that will be reflected to you by simply choosing to be the state that you prefer, your true self, your highest excitement, your joy, your unconditional love and worthiness and deservability, your self-empowerment. For you are all that is, seeing itself in all the ways that it can. You are all connected and you are all one. Take a deep breath in and make this your own truth, in your own way, and breathe it out into your reality. Take a deep breath in and crystallize this into your very essence and being, and breathe it out into your reality. Take a deep breath in and hold it, and cherish it, and nurture it, and acknowledge and appreciate and allow it to blow out and clean out and wash out all that does not belong to you. And allow only that to remain which is crystal clear and purely your own. And that is all you need to do. Just do your best. Live, love, and enjoy. Relax into your true nature, and all is well. All is well. All is well. Allow your music to soften. Allow your lights to dim, and remain in the darkness that is the void that contains all the random probabilities, and let yourself drift and feel the patterns coming to you that are yours, all the ones that work for you. And just breathe and be at peace and drift and dream and know that you are a new person in a new reality every moment of the now. Just breathe. Just breathe. Simply breathe. We thank you for the co-creation of this interaction, our deepest appreciation to you all, and our unconditional love, always. Pleasant dreams. Good day.
See, the framework of existence, the structure of existence never changes. It's the perspective of the structure that changes, and the perspectives are infinite. And that new perspective, that new discovery, that new self-awareness from a new point of view, that's what expands creation forever and ever and ever, is that it sees itself from a different point of view over and over and over and over and over and over again, infinitely, infinitely, infinitely. But you have a simple structure to work with, and it is those foundational elements, that simple structure, that we also wish to impart to you so that you can understand how to use the structure to your advantage, how to understand clearly, how to see clearly what that framework is, so as to know, to use it to guide you in the direction that you really prefer. Because it really is very fundamentally simple. It really isn't complicated at all. And once you understand how simple it is and render everything down to that simple understanding, then from that simple understanding, you can create an infinitely complex and rich experience without it necessarily being negatively complicated. So the idea is to, again, have that paradoxical balancing of the simplicity and the richly complex, but in a way that serves you, in a way that's aligned with the vibration of your true self, so that you can experience the path you chose in life in the smoothest possible way, in the joyful way, in the most positive, constructive, ecstatic, passionate way that you possibly can. Does that make sense? All right. And again, please remember, these are not just nice ideas. These are not just nice sayings. What we are actually discussing here is physics, vibrational energy physics. It's the law. There are only, from our discovery, from our point of view, there are only 5 laws in existence. Number 1, you exist. You can't do anything about that. You will never change that. You cannot become non-existent. Why? Because by definition, non-existence doesn't exist. So you cannot become non-existent if you exist. It's the only quality you have fundamentally. So you'll never change that. Law number 2, everything is here and now. Law number 3, the one is the all are the one. Number 4, what you put out is what you get back. Number 5, everything changes except the first 4 laws. And that's all there is to it. That's all there is to it. That's the structure, that's the framework, and every single experience you have ever had, are having now, or will ever have in this reality or any dimension of any reality or any civilization whatsoever will be some combination of those 5 laws, and that's it. So the rest of it, as you say in your language, is your ball game. It's up to you to use those 5 laws in whatever way, shape, or form, to paint the picture in whatever way, shape, or form is most representative of the vibration of your unique perspective of all that is, because each and every one of you, each and every one of us, each and every being in existence is simply another way that all that is has of seeing and experiencing itself. So value your uniqueness, validate your individuality. Many people on your planet have for a long time been under the impression that the idea of unity comes from homogeneousness, from all being the same. Nothing could be further from the truth. It is the true validation of every single individual that creates harmony and synchronicity and allows you to truly function as a unit. Thus, then, you retain your individuality, you retain your unique perspective and energy, while at the same time, because you are true to the unique vibration you harmoniously and automatically fit with every other being also being true to themselves, in much the same way that you have a picture puzzle made of all these different pieces, and each piece is a unique shape. If each one of those shapes tried to be a shape it is not, it would not fit, and it would not allow the picture, the whole picture, to be formed. The only way the entire picture is formed is by each piece being exactly what it is, which means it fits perfectly with all the other pieces, and thus then creates the whole picture that can then support all the individual pieces that have made the picture up. That's how it works. So validate your uniqueness, and you will be yourself, and in being yourself, you will support the unique perspective that all that is created you to be. If all that is didn't think that your unique perspective was necessary in order for it to be complete, you wouldn't exist. Trust me, it doesn't make mistakes. So if you exist, all that is needs you to exist, because without you, all that is would not be all that is. It would be all that is except you. And that's not all that is. So self-validation, self-deservability, self-worth, and the expression in joy, in excitement of your unique self is the key. As we have said many times, and we will probably say again when we answer some of your questions, the only real formula that it comes down to is this. Every single moment that you can. Now, remember, this is actually a vibrational formula. not just a nice saying. Every single moment that you can, act to the best of your ability on whatever contains the highest amount of your excitement, joy, love, creativity, and passion, to the best of your ability, taking it as far as you can till you can take it no further. And do that and keep doing that no matter how it looks, no matter what form it comes in, with absolutely zero assumption, insistence, or expectation as to what the outcome of that action ought to be. That's it. That's the formula. And if you just do that every moment that you can, I guarantee that when you get in that flow, it will lead you where you need to be led. You'll wind up exactly where you need to be, when you need to be there, with whom you need to be. And it will allow an explosion of ecstatic synchronicity in your life and create the effortless and joyful experience that you all say you desire. And it really is that simple as acting on that formula and knowing that if you do, you are using the basic structure of existence, and thus then it will support you in that positive experience in exactly the same way it has always supported you in any negative experience you chose to buy into as well. You see, you are free to choose. In a paradoxical way, the proof that you are ultimately supported is that you're actually capable of believing that you're not supported. You are so unconditionally loved and so unconditionally supported, you are allowed to believe you are not loved and not supported. That's how supported you are. So anytime you experience the idea, I'm not supported, I'm not loved, stop and take a moment to remember that the only way you could actually have that illusionary experience is if you're actually supported in your belief that that's true, which automatically means you're supported, you're loved. So why not be supported in what you prefer to be instead of being supported in what you don't? Why not? That's the ultimate question. Now then, while you're letting all that sink in, we will once again extend to you our deep appreciation and ask, in return for the gift that you are giving us, how may we serve you now through your questions and dialogue? If you have a question, raise your hand. You will be called on. We will interact. Thank you.